Solenilu. Ichaer Gwanar Navalano Sibado no Kirar.
Vagina.
In the swamp shower where the trailer stand in line, Frodo's in the mud drinking homemade shine. Bilbo's on the porch telling tales all day long. Everything was quiet till the ring came along. Candle Frodo up on his mule named Joe, said that brings trouble, we gotta hit the road. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow. Aragorn's a tracker hunting coons at night. Gimli swinging axes, but his aim ain't right. Legolas is prepping, shooting bugs off logs. Harwin's painting toenails, yelling at the dogs. Saruman's a neighbor's always causing grief, scheming in his tower like a backwoods thief. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow. Frodo's feeling rough, that ring's getting mean. Sam's frying up catfish, keeping Frodo lean. Boromir's all tangled, lost in the dark. Galadriel's telling fortunes in the back of her yard. Gollum's that we're cousin we don't bring to town, but he's family, so we keep him around. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow.
That's exactly why I play it once in a while, because some people didn't know that that version exists. It does. I believe it's still on Dan Vast's channel, so go give it a like. I love that version because it features you. What's up? We're back. We're back from Peru. I couldn't find my headphones. So, and I need to be able to hear myself. I don't know why. It keeps, I don't know. It's just good for my streaming. It's good for me. Okay. But no, it makes sure I'm not too far away from the mic and this close. So I know that you can hear me. If you want to. Wait, there's a little dust right here. It's been a while since I've been here. We had to kind of, my suitcase is still packed. I haven't unpacked shit. Back from Peru. We're dual streaming today. This is a Nooner square up. I'm multitasking to get caught up because I took a week off. We were supposed to have a video out today, but it's turned into quite a monster. I think it's going to be 40 minutes long. It's supposed to be 25. It's going to be 40 minutes long. So maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. Once Perry lets me know he's ready, I will let you know. But you know what it is. It's the top 10 Disney Star Wars failures. The top 10 Disney Star Wars failures. And I've seen the intro. It looks pretty damn good. So well done, Perry. Yeah, Longman helped out. Am I turning? Yeah, maybe early days of Longman chat. So let's see who's here. So yeah, we're gonna do some square ups. We're gonna do some square ups today. Jeremy's in town. I think he's coming over after the stream. Maybe during the stream. I have not had my official I have pre-cups of coffee. I haven't had my official cups of coffee. So I'm playing with an injury today. I just want to playing with an injury today. When you're at 11,000 feet in Peru, hang on, I'm going to DSP here. Apologies. I was on 3 planes 2 days ago. You're at 11,000 feet. A lot of things hit different, like oxygen and the sun. So I have a 3rd degree burned lower lip right now. It's brutal. It's a little brutal, but, and it feels like it's like 5 times larger than it normally is. I guess for a white dude, I have pretty big lips, but, I understand that. And Jeremy is a homosexual. But the good news is because I was at 11,000 feet for a week, and even though, because I stayed up late irresponsibly watching Blade, and then I watched Beer Fest, I was up to like 3 a.m. I feel fucking great. I only had 5 hours sleep. I feel like Superman today because I'm back to sea level ish, more oxygen, prison lips, Bee Buster, prison lips. Yeah, so we are dual streaming on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble today. Dual streaming. Do we ever read X-Ray Girl? Oh, we do. Let's get that. Let's do that. Oh, it's 1775 coffee. This is like the year before the revolution. So this is the coffee you drink before the revolution. And hopefully we get a little return to 1776 in, oh my God, how long now? I can't wait. The fucking election's over, to be honest with you. We are 2 weeks away. A little over 2 weeks away. 1 day over 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from tomorrow. November 5th is election day, bro. That is great. That is great. We are 2 weeks away. 1775 coffee. Did you know most creamers aren't even made with real cream or dairy? That's right. Your morning coffee is basically a swamp of oils, sugars, thickeners, and enough chemicals to snort. And enough chemicals to make the FDA blush. I don't know about that. But not 1775 coffee's protein creamer. This stuff is the Patriot's Choice, 10 grams of whey protein. And that's not like, it's like whey. W-H-E-Y. I can spell. No sugar, no fat, and under 50 calories. It's straight up American fuel for those who want to crush their day, not their health. Fasting, building muscle, preparing for the globalist agenda. Well, dude, if you're preparing for the globalist agenda, you're already fasting, you're already building muscle. We'll talk about that a little bit. 1775's creamer has your back. And if you're serious about coffee, their new pods deliver the same single origin beans, plus their brain boosting mushroom blend. Not that kind of mushroom chat, but it's, I don't judge you if you take that stuff. I'm a sober guy, but if you like the shroom, you go, girl. It'll have you sharper than the founding fathers drafting the Constitution. Use code Nerdrotic for 15% off and make your mornings as bold as your beliefs. Fortune favors the bold, right, chat? Coffee is the way, and and unfortunately it won't be 1775 coffee, but there's coffee coming for me right now with a shot of espresso because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. So let's say hi to everybody first before we get started on all this stuff. And then maybe you guys can catch me. I pay attention to what's going on Twitter. I don't have my phone with me right now. It's charging. And I only have X-Ray Girl for like 10 more minutes. She's got to go pick up Alan Ing. She's got to go pick up Alan Ing. Not really. I just made that up, to be honest with you. She has obviously more important stuff to do than help me. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's more important. So, Ing the driverless. Yeah, like that's good. How bad off do you have to be when X-Ray Girl's your ride? I'm picking you up. It'll be safe drive. I'm an excellent driver. Did Alan fall over again? I mean, he does every day, doesn't he? Ing the merciless. Not very light on his feet. Not very light on his feet. Let's see. We got Herb Kush on the YouTube side. We got Ouch My Junk on the Rumble side. We got, where's that on YouTube? I can't tell now. Sissy84 on the Rumble side. Mr. Bentham on the YouTube side. Eric K and his wrench. What's up, my brother? Gosh darn it. On the YouTube side. Welcome, Canadian Zeus. Dave Grimes. Hell. Mama's Mouse. Let's see if we got some Rumble people. Let's say hi to the Rumble people. Rumble probably doesn't even know I'm back. They probably have no idea. I told them like a day before I'm leaving. I'm gone for a week. Sorry, bye. Okay. She can see that, David. She can see that. She's married. Okay. Behave yourself. Swifter. Hey. James Hurley, how's it going? Eric Brown, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Night Owl 3D. I'm actually like fired up and ready to get back to work. I have so many video ideas. Now we just got to make them. But yeah, again, the next one's coming out Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I've got another one. I think I wanted to do it 2 weeks ago. But I really do want to discuss this whole toxic fan thing. It's kind of blown over. The news cycle's gone, but I don't care. But we got like about three major articles. One of them completely focused on you guys, right? And the sum of it is you need to step up and behave. The paying customer needs to step up and behave. So right off the bat, I think we all treat people with respect generally. I think you guys are a really good lot. I've met a lot of you. And we like to make some jokes here and there, but certainly you wouldn't go attack a fucking adult pretender. We'll talk shit about their work, but that's what fandom's always done since day one. But I think you're a pretty good lot for the most part. And what they like to do is conflate there's always some assholes, right? And they like to conflate you with the very few. Oh, I can't handle it. You got a whole tray for me. Hang on. I'm getting my breakfast delivered. Thanks, babe. You're the best. You're the best. And so modest too. That's what I appreciate about her. Hang on, coffee. So they like to conflate you, and like this is something we've talked about for years and years now. So I'm just going to respond to that. Like, I think because toxic fandom's a myth. It's an absolute myth. And let's keep in mind that the people who unironically use that term, toxic, are the most vile content creators on the platform. And it usually comes from the access media and content creators. It rarely comes from other fans. When you're walking around when you're walking around your little cons or your big cons, you ever have any problems? No, you don't. There are no problems. There are zero problems. Zero problems. So it's a made up thing. Are some creatives not going to like what they're going to hear about their work? No, but here's the double-edged sword of fame, bro. You take the good with the bad. You love all that adulation. You love all that love. You love all that. Oh my God, you're so amazing. Well, there's another side of that. Sometimes you're not amazing at your work, but you got paid. All right. I'm not amazing at my work every day. Like, look at this stream. But yeah. Most people just have to go to work and they don't get their boss doesn't give them an attaboy or girl or any of that. Oh, and you're going to tell me adult pretenders are just the nicest people to waitresses and hotel staff and Uber drivers and limo drive. Do you think they're just the nicest people? This limo driver, he's just working hard driving me around to my multiple illegal pill appointments and abortions, like that. Like, you think they treat everybody nice? No, they don't. They're fucking horrible. It's like one of the worst places. No, it is the worst place I've ever worked. And I've actually seen more respect in prison than I did in my very brief time in Hollywood. And Diddy parties. Yeah. When they're being driven, right? You're right, Noons, man. When they're being driven around to their Diddy parties, you think they're nice to everybody? You think they're nice to the children they're partying with at the Diddy parties? I think not. I think not. So going out there and going, hey, vast general public, thank you for all this money. Now shut the fuck up and love everything we do. And we're going to tell you little plebs how to vote and how to run your lives while we go to Diddy parties. Oh, culturally, things are definitely changing. Let's separate culturally is us, the people who actually make the country run. And then there's that party going on in Washington at our expense. That's very powerful. And they're not going to give up their power easily. And they will lie, cheat, steal Clinton, any opponent. So keep that in mind. Things are changing with us. They ain't changing with them. So we'll see what happens. But it's not going to be as easy for them. Who's them? The system, the fortifiers, the ones who overplayed their hands a few years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I was told on Friday Night Tights by a super chat. It's the second time I got the super chat, by the way, that I had to let go. Like, stop bringing up COVID. Let it go, bro. Let it go. No. There's certainly, like, holding on to resentments is not very good. There's an old saying that a resentment is like you taking poison and expecting somebody else to get sick and die. It doesn't work like that. And it's not even forget. There's forgiven, but don't forget. I'm not forgiven. I'm not forgiving the state. I'm not forgiving Fauci. I'm not forgiving forgiving the mainstream media for purposefully lying to us while they were getting paid off in very handsome amounts by Pfizer and the government to run a scam. I don't give a fuck. This is on YouTube. They ran a scam. And it was the government's response to this engineered virus that fucked generations of kids, killed people. It was human decisions that led to the death of people, lots of people, and not with COVID, with heart stents, for example, with a lot of other ailments, and they couldn't go to the hospitals regularly because of this made-up hysteria. A situation that was very real, and a situation that was used as it was politicized. And now we live in a completely different world. Lives are ruined. Lives are gone. Not going to let that shit go. I'm never going to forget it. I'm going to bring it up as long as I'm on this platform drawing air. I will bring it up. I will fucking bring it up. Because, you know, I talk about it mainly, same with unions. I talk about that mainly for Hollywood and entertainment. But the bigger picture is y'all overplayed your hand. Y'all fucked up. And the one thing I'd like to thank COVID for is waking a lot of people up to the shit that's been going on for years. Not 4 years, for years, decades. No, complacency is our worst enemy. Complacency is why we're in the position we are now. If we, and that's pointing right back at me. If we had voted more locally, our schools would be better off. Our institutions would be better off. Maybe COVID wouldn't have happened. The response wouldn't have happened like that. Yeah. So now it's up to us to change it. And that means going out and voting. Doesn't mean like, my vote doesn't count. Get your fucking ass out there and vote. It doesn't have to be for president. Like, for example, you know, I understand I've only been in Texas a couple of years, and I already want to run the sheriff out of town. The sheriff of Bexar County is a bitch. So if you're in Bexar County, vote for your dog, vote for your fucking cat, vote for your mom, vote for anybody but the current sheriff. I can't remember his name. He was at the DNC. He was the guy who wanted to press charges on Ron DeSantis for flying illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard, which was fucking funny, by the way. Gary, do you have Peru merch you can show on camera? No fertility gods. Not really. I got, somebody gave me a necklace. Well, she wants to be kind of Meg. Gave me a little Peruvian necklace. And I don't have anything else near me. Sorry. I did eat alpaca. That was good. I did not eat cuy, which looked disgusting. But alpaca's good. Alpaca's it's like beef. When you forget things like C19, you will repeat it, right? Absolutely. I don't know what the point of that super chat was, honestly. And to send it twice, like barking up the wrong tree on that one. The government response to COVID like adversely affected my family in multiple ways, and just times that by millions. Kid had to repeat school. We spent a bunch of time getting my kid into a school that he never got in. My wife lost her business. My father-in-law lost his life. Yeah. You know, and I'm sure everybody's got a story. They understand the importance of culture and how Marxist wokeness affects the foreign policy. Would you like to talk to them on their channel? Who's that? Is there a second part of that? Yeah. Reminder, Pokemon is go to the polls. Oh, yeah. There is a first part. Thank you, Mr. Bentham, by the way. Go to the Pokemon, go to the polls. Also, Jeremy's gay. Jeremy's a homosexual man, and he'll be here soon. Gary, I want to talk to you about geopolitics channel called Duran. My fellow Greeks, I always said geeks, Alex and Alexander are both fans of you and The Drinker. Yeah, I'll talk politics on somebody else's channel. Listen, it's not, COVID's not, they made COVID political. COVID is not political. That affected everybody. If half the country or a big percentage wanted to stick their fucking heads in the sand and ignore the fact that it affected everybody adversely, And the shit you were pushing, trying to shame your neighbor, or worse, rat your neighbor out. That's what Gina tweeted about. That's what her fucking was, demonizing the other side, making them inhuman. And you know what that leads to? Camps that they actually built in Australia. It's a test run. Alex is right about that one. Remember, people were laughing. Alex was like, the FEMA camps. He was fucking right, dude. And by the way, I believed him. I believed him then. I believe him now. Yeah, that's part of Graham's book. Yes. So he talks a lot about the ayahuasca, and I'm like, scientifically, I'm interested in that. But I would love to debate Graham or Joe someday about like how I think ayahuasca should be legal. I think you should, under supervised, you should go do whatever you want. We had a couple people on the trip who went and did it, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. The dangers of psychedelics don't get brought up enough, and there is legitimate dangers, not like addiction, because you really can't get addicted to acid or ayahuasca or anything like that. But up here, like a bipolar person should not be running out and doing acid or fucking ayahuasca. That's not good for you. That would be very bad. Very, very bad. I've seen people go on trips and never, ever come back. Hail Hypnotic. What's up, brother? Thank you for the $5. My father had to be taken. By the way, killing it on the channel. Go, well done, my friend. Dad builds for $10. My father had to be taken to the hospital during 2020. While there, he had a stroke, and we couldn't see him for months because of the restrictions. Hindered his recovery. Hashtag never forget. Thank you for what you do. Cheers. Yeah, and I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay now. Yeah, my father-in-law couldn't get his regular checkups and died on the side of the road in Yuma because of a stint. I was streaming with Drinker and Mahler. We were doing, I'll never forget, we were in the middle of Rocky 2 or 3. We were doing the Rocky movies. I had to bail out. Got that horrible call from my wife. I had to sit down and tell my son. That was like the first time I did. That was really like, oh shit, parenting can be hard, man. And sitting down with my youngest son and like having to tell him, like, this is the first time you're going to experience death up close. That was fucking rough, dude. Yeah. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Hail, Gary, Jeremy, and Ripa are now comic book villains. When will we see you as a DC villain? Well, I mean, I was a villain before in Happy, and then I got in issue 2. I get stabbed in the mouth with the scalpel. I'm kind of a villain working for Vought, delivering flamethrowers in the Boys 23. I'm also in Boys 37, on a bridge looking up. But yeah, if they need to do that, I saw that. I can't say the joke I sent to Ryan when I saw that picture of Jeremy. I'll just agree with Ryan. He's got eyebrows. That can't be Jeremy because he's got eyebrows, but it really does look like Jeremy. They like fucking rent free, baby. Thank you, Gary. I'm doing this for Duran. I hope they approach you. By the way, I finally watched The Substance, and I dare say that Margaret Qualley is 10 times better than her mother, Andy McDowell. Okay. I'm going to see that movie. I'm going to go see that movie. I'm behind on a couple of things. I haven't seen The Penguin this morning, so sorry. I'm going to see The Penguin later. But The Penguin's great. Penguin is now the second best show I've seen this year. The number one by far is The Gentleman. The Gentleman, The Penguin, Clarkson's Farm, both Grand Tour specials, Tulsa King. Those are all Reacher season 2. House of Dragon season 2, still good. It's still good, but I think that might go off the rails. I heard the new one's good, and One Piece was last year. I know I'm the person who doesn't ever do reviews on things except for the half an hour review I did on One Piece about 2 months after it came out because I loved it so much. And yes, I'm doing this is what I normally do with stuff I like, right? I either do a live stream for every episode or I will do a full season review. And that's the plan for Penguin, is to do a full season review when it's over. Full season review when it's over. Probably be about an hour long, but that's the way it goes. All right. Are you guys all good? I got to get to some questions now. I am again on a time limit. We have Real BBC tomorrow on the main channel. We have Nerdrotic Nooner returning, and we have a big long video coming out. So lots of stuff coming out this week. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you guys sticking with us. It is surreal that this is my job, and it's all thanks to you. So I am very grateful. My aunt died of MS during the coup. I'm sorry. My dad hadn't seen his sister in decades, and all he was allowed to see her was through a window while she slumped over on a wheelchair. Hashtag never forget. Fucking Metals. Thank you, Metal Safe. God, that pisses me off. And these are the people who are supposed to care for us, the doctors. But let that be a reminder that noble profession, also noble profession occupied by greedy pieces of shit who will sell your fucking grandma and your aunt out for a few extra shekels so they can go on a trip and take their masks off, knowing it's a complete bullshit, and shoot videos of the nurses dancing around while they are preventing loved ones from seeing each other. Yeah, that was never a fucking good look, was it? God, I hated that time. I won't even say on this platform what it made me want to do. It made me want to do. The Venezuelans have invaded San Antonio while you were gone. I heard. I'm going to go buy those hotels because, I wouldn't be surprised. Remember, the sheriff that I want run out of town is nowhere to be found for this. So I'm actually going to find out where those hotels are, and I'm going to drive by them. I'm going to go. I'm going to see what's up with that. I'm going to see if it's real. Because if it is, then somebody needs to document it. And then point out, and hopefully that sheriff doesn't get reelected. Bald motherfucker. Cue ball piece of shit. Good to see you made it home safely. Hail, says SoFi. Thank you. B-Chain threw him 5, says the Mets magic ran. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for the Mets after my Padres were out. Dodgers, Yanks, boring. It's so fucking boring. It's such a... the Mets were scrappy and fun. Like, all the fun teams are out, right? The Padres were scrappy and fun. The Mets were fun. Even Cleveland, I hate their fucking name. But yeah, now it's just like, oh, it's the top 2 payrolls in the league and the top 2 pieces of shit blue cities. I'm bored. I'm not even going to watch it. I could care less about those 2 teams with multiple championships, both from the early days of New York. And yeah. DeBrew that do has says, hail Gary, have some money, support your sobriety habit. Thank you. I like my sobriety habit. Can't wait to go back to my meeting. Pre-Dawn Corpse for $4.99. Nice shirt, Gary. I've got the same one, but it's green. Got it in Oakland a few years ago. Great show. Yeah, it was an awesome show. I actually just went, and that was one of the best times I've had this year. Holy shit. Suicidal Tendencies have some kid drummer who fucking was amazing. Was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it was really cool seeing all these punk rock bands, and the only one I hadn't seen before in my life was the Misfits. I saw everyone else. Never caught the Misfits until now. And then I got to meet them. And then they gave me a bass. I'm not a jazz player. I don't know what you're talking about there. I'm one of the few people who I can't stand jazz. I think it's just warming up. People are going to get mad. It just sounds like warming up. It's really good warming up, but that's what it sounds like. All right, we're going to get to the questions from last week. We have a lot. Oh my Lord. We have a lot. All right. Do I need 2 windows open? No, I do not. I do not need 3 windows open, even though I am home. I am home with the fiber. All right. This is from last week. Well, just a few days ago. Oh, no, just 3 days ago. It's a couple days ago when I was in Peru. Oh, before we get started this, flying. So my wife was asking on Twitter, what first class takes away phobias? Yeah, it helps. It helps. I flew business class, first class, most of the way. It's fantastic. But I found my limit. I'm getting better with flying in first class. And yes, no shame to my game. I hate flying. I hate the whole process. I hate the fucking airport. It's the closest thing to prison you walk into that I feel like in real life. So I just fucking hate the structure and the rules and the being fucking searched and all that fucking authoritative shit that you got to walk. I understand. I just don't like it. I don't like the fucking lines. Everybody's pissed off. And usually I'm kind of in my own world and I'm just like dealing with my fear of flying. And it's fine. 2 flights I can do. 3 flights, never fucking doing that again in one day. Never, ever, ever doing it in one day. I'll stay an extra day if I have to. But we had to take 3 flights back from, took a little flight from Cusco. So it was it's like an hour to Lima, right? Lima to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Houston. And then I got to drive 4 hours home. So by the time we got to Atlanta, by the way, Lima Airport run better than Atlanta's airport, where they took us off the plane into an enclosed room with locked doors. So one of the passengers like, well, let's open this fucking door. Huge alarm comes off. They go, what are you doing? It's like, bitch, you let us into a room that's locked. And instead of saying sorry, she goes, you should have told me. We just did. We just did. So I'm already done. I'm fucking done. And all that sobriety and being chill, gone. It's fucking gone. So I'm walking down. I got to fucking piss like a racehorse. I go pee. I lose my wife she's got my passport. So I have to cut across a line of angry people. So I felt like a fucking asshole. So I'm sitting there. I got this huge backpack on. I'm going through the passport line. I'm just cutting in front of everybody trying to catch up to my wife, dude. And I stood there and I put the thing down. And listen, I lived in San Francisco for 18 years. It's not all Asian ladies, but it's a lot. They'll fucking elbow you and then they'll pretend they didn't do anything. And that's what this chick did to me. She fucking, and like this goes way back to prison. I don't like being pushed in the back, hit in the back. It's a thing. All right. It's not their fault, really, but it's a thing. I fucking went off on the bitch. I did. I didn't care if I made a scene. I didn't care. I lost all my fucking cool. All my cool was gone. The chill was gone. I went off on her. She tried to talk back a little bit, and I was like, no. I did it in front of everybody. Felt bad about it, but yeah, I was just fucking, I was done. And I straight up saw what she did, by the way. She's like, you walk into me. I said, bitch, you threw an elbow. Shut the fuck up. Fun. All right. Alec Baldwin's finger, who was hanging out with us in Peru. What a good dude. Legit good dude. Had a good time. Our group was so fucking cool. By the way, Sophie, we have a member of the fellowship who's in Peru and came to this trip because she could never make trips to America for the meetup. So she hung out with us. Sophie was a beast. She was awesome. Hail to Sophie. Hail to Alec Baldwin's finger. Meg, if you're out there. Craig. Lots of good people. We had a really fun time. Nobody argued. It was weird. It was a big group of people who had never met each other and hung out that long. Sleep deprived, can't fucking breathe, and everybody was just fucking chill and cool. It was great, except for me at the Atlanta airport. Except for me. Alec Baldwin has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships. This was last Friday for 250. Sorry I didn't catch this, brother. I was on a laptop without a mouse. What's the use of those finger pads when like you have to like there's no give. You have to either hit the extreme left or the extreme right. It's kind of like our politics right now on the little touch pads. They're fucking useless. Thanks, brother. We'll have a watch party soon. Up North 57 has gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships for 100. Thank you. Dean H for 20 says, I had 3 friends that had children that self-deleted due to depression from the lockdowns. Never forget. And that's in reference to that super chat that like lit my fucking fuse. It did. I think it's utterly retarded to move past COVID. Don't ever move past COVID. Always keep a little compartment in your brain for the COVID response from the government and realize they will do it again sooner than later. They're not going to wait another century. They're not going to wait another 20 years. They will do it again within a decade. I fucking promise you. If President Trump gets elected, it'll be delayed for a little while. But eventually that authoritarian party is going to get voted back in, legally or not. Eventually they're going to come back. Just remember, this cultural battle is long. It's just begun. I know there's a lot of people who are over it or got tired of it. And believe me, I'd love to be tired of it, but it's too important. And this is something that's going to go on. Our kids hopefully will be fighting it. Like this doesn't end if Trump is elected. It's delayed. And hopefully things change for the better. And if it's a paradigm shift and things do get better, thank God. But don't rest. Don't black pill. Don't rest. No matter what happens on November 5th, your life has to go on. My life has to go on. We can't be all, give it up. Things don't go our way. I have a feeling, I could be wrong, it's not going to be like 2020. I just don't think it. But yeah, don't ever forget. Keep a little compartment in your brain for that all the time. And I'm sure I'm telling you something you already know, but you never know. James Wilson for $5. Decent time listener, first time donor. Thank you. Turned 29 yesterday. That was Friday, so that's a few days ago. Happy birthday, James. You're almost to the age of reason, and you're not a teenager with rent, which is pretty much what your 20s are. Remember your 20s? You're like, I'm 25. I'm quarter of a century old. I'm old. And then you turn 55 and go, shut up, bitch. And that's me talking to myself. Y'all help me through the hours of welding through the workday. Oh, doing a real fucking job, man. You get some applause. That's a good job. You're making bank, bro. You are making bank. See, that's what you like. If my kid came up to me and said, I want to be a welder, I'd be so proud. I'll be right on. Fuck yeah. Cat G 3000 for $5. Thank you, everyone. The panel always has worthwhile things to say and are funny as heck. Many thanks. We appreciate that. There's some people who might not agree with you, but that's okay. We appreciate it. Flint Ironstag for 20. Never let fascism be forgotten. No, like real fascism. We saw it. Accuse your opponent of what you are doing. I forgot what is that. Rules for radicals? I'm pretty sure that's rules for radicals. Accuse your opponent of what you are doing. Hey, would you blow me for $5.40 Canadian? Says Simu Liu can go play in a field of cocks. Hail to the chat. Simu Liu is a bitch. Simu Liu is, and ladies, I rarely, if ever, use that term towards women. And it's not to disparage women in any way, shape, or form. It's to disparage men. When I call a man a bitch, it's not like I'm calling him a woman. I'm calling him less than a man, less than a boy. He's a bitch. A bitch in the prison sense. That's what I'm calling. That's the reference right there. And you don't want to be, two things you don't want to be called in prison. You know what? Some guy calls you a motherfucker. You're like, you're a piece of shit. Okay. You get called a punk and a bitch. You need to fight right there and then. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter if the prison guards are watching. Some guy calls you a punk. It's time to fucking throw or you become a punk. And often you get your ass kicked or you get your ass kicked twice because then the prison guards will kick your ass too. And then you go in the hole. But you won't be a punk. Better the hole. Better the prison hole than something going in your hole. Jimmy Rings Halo for $20. Never forget what they did to us. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile. The DOD also has authorization to use lethal force on U.S. citizens, fellow countrymen. F them figs. Yep. Chiba Awashan for 5 pens. Is that soles? I hope you had a great trip. If there is a next time, you could try Coast or Creole dishes instead. Easier to the palate. Greetings from Lima. So those were soles. Hail, brother. Yeah. Well, I want to go to Paracas next time. I want to go to Paracas. John Getz for $2. Mahler gave up. Shad wins the argument. No, Mahler was too busy laughing his ass off. I can't even pronounce this one. ChirpNet for 150 PLNs. Letting go and not mentioning Koof. No, you can let it go if you know that someone screwed up and sincerely wishes to make up for it, starting with honest apologies. I didn't see any of that. No. Remember when the media tried for a brief moment to go, let's just take it easy on the other side for COVID. You know, they wouldn't even say they were wrong. Are there people out there who might have felt one way and who humbly admitted they were wrong? And we're talking about individuals, and I feel another way now. And, as I've always said, if you got the jab, that was your personal choice. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody's going to hate on you for getting the jab. I worry about you, but nobody's going to hate on you for doing it. It's more like the treatment of others. It wasn't a matter of getting the jab or not. It was the people who chose not to, who were treated as second-class citizens, which is far more dangerous than that. That's the most dangerous thing since the guy they like to bring up in World War II all the fucking time. That was pretty fucking close. We were pretty fucking close. That's danger. Will Robinson. Disparu, there are many different ways to do pizza, different toppings, cheese, sauce, flour, and by the way, American pizza is shit. Says Shark Bites Entertainment for $10. No, it's not. I thoroughly disagree. For your relief, Gary, 20, 24 hours ago, I want to be sedated, nothing to do, nowhere to go, ho. I want to be sedated. I do want to play him, but I can't. Thanks, Jeff. Raven Black Sparrow for $10. Tired of Bon Jovi, so changing it up. I sit on the floor and pick my nose and think of dirty things of deviant dwarves who suck their toes and elves who drop their dings. Thank you. I'm sick of Bon Jovi too. Tiki the Mighty for $2. Dune Sisterhood, more like the Sandmaid's Tale. Yeah, it looks. I'll just call it like I see it. It looks like this got pushed through because, oh my God, there is a coven of women, and it shows women being in power and doing powerful things. Manipulating the universe and leading to absorbing an amount of evil. And yeah. It just looks like it got pushed through because, oh, this is something that could be about women. Now, it could be good. I don't know, but they did change it from sisterhood to prophecy. They did. And it almost didn't happen. Looks like it has a good cast, though. So I'll give it a shot. Toxic Masculinity 619 for $5. Can't drink in her face knowing she can't drink because she is currently being used as a chew toy. Hail the Fellowship and RIP Arizona, and Jeremy is gay. Hannibal Grimm for $5. Once upon a time, I witnessed Frodo throwing Kevin McAllister into the waters of Lake Superior. All right. Brightest Day Audiobooks Productions LLC for $5. I know I only care, but Michael Hogan, Saul Ty from PSG, is making his first appearance in 4 years. You're not the only one who cares. In 4 years since his slip and fall at the reunion next week. Oh, that's awesome. I know he's had a really hard time. Brightest Day, I've checked back, and he doesn't have all his motor skills yet, but he's gonna make a comeback. Michael Hogan as Saul Ty was fucking next level goat acting. Saul Ty was my favorite character on BSG. I'm glad he's getting better, though. That's good. Toxic Masculinity for 619 for $5. Just because Gary has dark mode forced on him in prison doesn't mean you have to stay white and proud or nice of Ryan to throw that to Chrissy. Nice of Ryan to throw that to Chrissy. Yes. Come on, man. Dark mode. I'm old. I'm the guy who should still have the light mode on. It's like it's punishing to the eyes. Now, I do stare at a screen longer than probably normal people do, which is not good. Gary's Peruvian marching powder for £5 proper money. I just want to keep making penguin scale TV. It's like an oasis in the desert of shit. Yes. Well, I think culturally, things will start getting better when we start getting better entertainment. When the entertainment gets better, you'll know things are getting better. What's sad is they wasted an era and a lot of money on what should have been the golden age of TV, a new paradigm shift. Like, I'm down with this whole channel was based on reviewing prestige TV. That's what it started as. Like, I was like, I am down with this. It's like a longer movie. It's like better produced TV. There's, with fewer episodes, but damn, some of the shit is good, and this was 10 years ago, by the way. And unfortunately, Hollywood lost its mind over one man who's probably going to be president in a couple weeks again. Well, voted in, president-elect. And we'll see how they react. Because Bill Maher, who's a fucking retard, at least once in a while says something good and honest. And he said, like, I don't like Trump. I never liked Trump, but like, I'm not going to hate his supporters. I'm like, that's all we ask. Hate his policies all you want. I don't give a shit. I think your policies suck. But it's the same thing with toxic fandom, man. Just generalizing and othering, I'll use your term, half the country. Like my mom, both my moms, my sisters. So both my moms, my sisters are Nazis, huh? Go fuck yourself. My nieces, they're Nazis too. That's interesting. Little Latina Nazis. Not Latinx. Oh yeah, people would be really surprised if they saw family pictures. My family pictures. They'd be very surprised. Griff Nizzle for $10 regarding Sophia. The one guy she left alive was the one she made a compromise. I can't read that word, but the compromise is unless now the uncle is dead. Now she's going to control him. Yeah, she can control him. Yes, he's alive because she can control him. California unions are my point of reference. The state is often backwards, Says addendum, says maddening 419. Yeah, I got a couple emails about my thoughts on unions, and I'll listen to them. When I'm talking about unions, I'm usually not like a trade union. I don't know. You're probably not going to like my answer. You may think you need them, but at this point, I don't think you do. Because unions were also gatekeepers. Don't forget that. That's what they are in Hollywood. They're gatekeepers. And I don't think there's enough tradespeople coming up to gatekeep anybody. I think you need to start spreading the word far and wide that you need more skilled employees, or we're going to start getting unskilled employees at shipyards and shit like that. There needs to be more apprenticeships and stuff. But I think it's a safety blanket that is no longer needed because you still have all the fucking power because you have a skill that not many people are doing it. Like everything falls apart tomorrow, I can go be a parts guy because there's not a lot of parts guys coming up. And I can read any car's catalog. Any car's catalog, I can find a part on a car of any make, shape, or size. And I would learn the catalog in half a day at that because I've got a marketable skill. When I first started looking like for a job, it was tough to find. Now it would be easy. I would have my pick of dealerships. I could probably pick my pay to a reasonable, and that's part of it. You get what you negotiate. I don't like giving up. I avoided unions. I avoided shops that had unions because I will negotiate for myself. But some trade unions still offer some good stuff. But what I'm mainly talking about is Hollywood unions, the most useless fucking unions in the world. I think the only ones arguably that might do some good for their employees are the below the line unions, the IATSE and shit like that. And they picked a good time to strike. I told them they picked a good time to strike and they got what they wanted because Hollywood was going to shut down again because those are the people they actually need. And those are like, the skilled workers. I'm down with the working man. I just don't think unions are the way. I think give yourself more credit when it comes to power and negotiation. And don't give it away to what essentially is another HR department. You might disagree though, and that's cool. Disparu nailed it on the head, and I nailed it on the head. I dated a union attorney years ago, and she flat out stressed that unions protect companies as a whole at the expense of the individual members. Absolute horseshit. Yes. How many writers know that the upper brass at the WGA get to see actual real streaming numbers, but don't share it with their members because they can't? Wonder how they'd feel about that. Unions go away and all the labor laws disappear because big business has bought the right. I mean, they bought the unions too. That's the whole point. Like there was a collective bargaining, without a representative. I still think it's possible, but that fuck, like all the people working in the shipyards and stuff, massive respect for that. That's hard fucking work. And they literally keep the country going. So I would say, you know what? Take care of those guys and girls. Fucking take care of them. Fucking take care of them. But their union leader going out, woo, cripple America. That ain't fucking winning you anything. You vote that fucker out the first chance you get in his fucking mansion with his fucking expensive jewelry on going, we'll fucking strangle America. Go fuck yourself. Get that guy out of there. It's making you all look bad. A union leader should be smart enough and eloquent enough to negotiate without threatening the American people. That's not going to win you shit. And things got taken care of after it. And he probably thinks it was my negotiation tactic. No, quite the opposite. The American people were not going to be on your side for that one. They would have been fucking pissed. And if it ends up that way, that guy will be famous in all the wrong ways. He will be infamous. But he didn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about you. He's got a big old mansion. He's got a big old mansion in fucking Jersey. Jacob Bernard for $20. My sister, her husband, my brother, and I took my 2-year-old nephew to see Wild Robot. During the previews, Wicked trailer played. As the preview ended, all that you could hear was 2-year-old's broken English. That looked bad. I think there's going to be a lot of wine moms to go see it. It was a very, very popular play 20 years ago. It toured all the major cities. Incredible, fucking very popular normie play. Patient zero for girl boss shit. One of the patient zeros. But I would say one of the earliest examples of like the garbage we're seeing. God, there's, last night I was going through the streaming services and looking at shit. And it's just, I'm reminded, like, popped up on my Audible, Winona Earp. It's just like, hey, look, it's the daughter of a well-known thing. And I know some people like that show. Did you know that show was a money pit for IDW? That show made them nothing, zero profit, just like all the CW shows. Just like a lot of shows in Hollywood nowadays. They don't make any fucking money. It's moved around money, but it's not actually profiting. And that's why everything's falling apart right now. That's why Warner Brothers still putting up hundreds of millions of dollars for movies, starting a DCU. They are billions of dollars in debt. Billions of dollars in debt. The rug could get pulled out from James Gunn any moment. Because whatever promise, it's, we see it in Game of Thrones. Any promise made to a king, that king dies. You think his son's going to honor it? Think his daughter's going to honor it? You think the new staff is going to come in and honor it? They barely honored Matt Reeves. By the way, I watched The Batman on the plane to see if I can get some context for the Penguin, because it's been a while since I watched it. And there's definitely some stuff in there that was planted for the series, including Carmine's strangling habit. But did the Penguin make the Batman better? No. I still feel exactly the same way I did first time I saw it. It's like, that ending sucks. It just flat out sucks. I saw what they were trying to do. The ending sucks. Really good beginning to that movie, though. What you go dark? You're a single mom. 199 says Cole Hauser. Honestly conflicted. I want Gina to dominate Disney, but on principle, but I think companies should have some freedom of association. Individuals do. I think companies should. Then I think companies should also be consistent, right? Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal with Gina. A very good argument can be made that Disney ruined her career in Hollywood forever. I don't think Spielberg's going to hire her. She didn't get brought back for Deadpool and Wolverine for a little cameo. I think an argument could be made that they did go out of their way to fuck with her career in Hollywood. I think there's a very good argument there. How does that hold up legally? Not really sure. It is irrelevant how much money she has from her family. That is absolutely irrelevant to this case. She has a right to work and have a career. And Pedro Pascal said something more offensive than she did to half the country, but he has the right politics that agrees with Disney and their agenda. And she's just pointing out the hypocrisy. And I think somebody needs to fight back. You need to fight back. And if you got to use their own stupid fucking laws, which Ryan pointed out, like California has a lot of fucking stupid laws, start using them against you. And that's what I always say. Once you set a precedent, for example, you start using lawfare to indict a president over and over, or a political opponent. Once you open doors on a date in January and allow people in and still have people in jail, once you start doing it to one side, motherfucker, they will do it to you. And you know who gets fucked? We do. The ones who have been paying our taxes, abiding by the rules, while they play their fucking games in Washington and set new precedents that allows authoritarianism to creep in and take over. while they are all fucking rich and dead by the time the big dictator comes, and our kids have to suffer. Because the Democrats were hysterical. The leftists were hysterical. The Uniparty was hysterical. They were so scared that Trump was going to expose their big old party, their freaky, debaucherous party that's been going on in Washington. And I hope he does. Because they just want to kick it down the can. They know it's all going to get exposed eventually. It is. And I think I love our government system, and I don't want it torn down. I think it just needs to be repaired. I don't want it torn down. But if we keep kicking the can down the road, it's going to get torn down. We're trying to avoid that. The new Durex UK ad is 3 lesbians in a bed. What's a Durex? Lego Fifth Doctor? I mean, like, I'm not entirely against it. Are they good looking? Wild Robots available for streaming, by the way, to go back to that previous super chat. Gay show I've watched Gilmore Girls over and over, reruns on ABC Family. Matthew Cooper. Yeah, it's pretty gay. Gunner. It was the district court, which denied Disney to appeal the case before the district court has decided it. They can wait to appeal until Gina has won in district court. But I don't even think, I don't care. I mean, like, I want Gina to win. I want Discovery. I don't know, like, what a victory looks like, though. So say Gina wins. She's not going to want money. You know, she's got to pay the attorneys, but she's not going to want money. Do they give Gina an apology? Well, then it'll be forced. Do they give Gina her job back? Would she go back to that job? And would she go back to that place of work where they'd probably write her character like retarded just out of resentment? I don't know what a victory looks like, but I want it. When Gina's trial goes to Discovery, please get Legal Mindset back on. He deserves his victory lap. Ah, yeah, I love Legal Mindset. Sure. The Singing Tigs for $5. Gary on Piers makes sense. He's interesting. Gayramy is just a fig. I guess he fits in with Ernest in more ways than one. Hail I.199. Ernest was a legend. Okay. So I think Jeremy would take that as the highest form of compliment. I'm ready for the new generation of in Minecraft memes once the horrendous disaster comes out. So thank you, Brightest Day. Sam Wallace art for $2. Clarkson's Farm is the real Minecraft movie. Yes. Twilight with the riff tracks is comedy gold. Line. I got to watch that. None of these folks had an issue with Trump when he backed Hillary against Obama to lead the Dems in 2008. I remember that. No. They all love Trump. They all love Trump. Everybody loved Trump. Trump's been like, I don't know, he's been in my, famous for almost as long as I started hearing about Trump in the 80s, right? I met him. 1994. He was with Marla Maples, and he was standing in line where I was standing in line to get into the Super Bowl between the Chargers, San Diego Chargers. Only time the San Diego Chargers will ever be in the Super Bowl, and the 49ers with Deion Sanders. And yeah, they kicked the shit out of us, like pretty bad. Steve Young is one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen. Joe Montana, one of the greatest quarterbacks. And it's just, they were both on the same fucking team for a while. Steve Young's performance that year was superhuman. Edo Sense 79 for 15 shekels. I hope I have Gary's energy at his age, because I don't have it right now at 29 years old. The FF video today made me jealous. Hope you enjoy your trip. Cheers. Thank you. We have lots of it's gonna a couple months spending on the video of our trip, but I'm gonna go Uncharted X on you without the accent, without the really good Australian accent. Ben from Uncharted X, really good dude. Give him a sub. Is this Is this FNT or a political rally? Says Harakami. And we're getting close to election, and it's culturally relevant. I have on purpose stayed away from politics, and as the election went on, we went super nerdy to the point where somebody actually went on Twitter and complained that we talked about the Rings of Power for 2.5 hours. Now, they were supposedly a big fan, but we've actually always done stuff like that. I'm sure we're going to be bringing up election stuff. It's felt like Donald Trump going to fucking McDonald's was awesome, dude. That was like really wholesome and awesome. And I know it was fucking staged, still wholesome and awesome. That's what we need. We need more of that. So I thought it was a great move, and I thought it was awesome. It almost made me want McDonald's fries, and then I remembered I was 55 and seed oils are bad. So Snarky J has hit 200,000 subs. Not surprised. Time to have her on FNT. We were going to have her on FNT, and then she had to reschedule. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened, but she was scheduled to be on. We'll have her back. Sure. I've streamed with her on Drinker, and she's great. Jokes aside, The Devil Wears Prada is an unironically great movie. Yes, it is. In real life, Editor-in-Chief is based on the movie over the book because Street brings in depth and W. Stanley Tucci appearance. Yeah, The Devil Wears Prada is legit a good movie. Just like the fourth version of The Star is Born, legit a good movie. But Devil Wears Prada, it will teach you a lot about business. That's why I like The Social Network, everybody involved in it's a fucking, leftoid retard, but the movie really does teach you about business. It does. And the business of Silicon Valley. But a better version is Silicon Valley by libertarian Mike Judge. Judah for $5. Well, it depends on how much you struggle with reading the article. It's perfect. Then you know it was fake. Exactly. 199 for oxygen. Thank you, Peter Rosa. Gerare 26 for 199. Just watch the pitch meeting complete Twilight. Gayest show. I actually enjoyed Torchwood. I apologize for nothing. And also I might have AIDS. Torchwood, pretty gay, but man, Children of Men is next level TV. Next level TV. But it was a cooler gay back then. It wasn't like it was like normal gay. Captain Jack's funny dude, charming dude. Like 80s gay, the cool gay. You need to bring back 80s gay and early 2000s gay. Not this militant, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. Not a fan. Not a fan of political organizations. Gayest show. Okay, I read that one. Y'all should do a meetup in Boston someday, maybe next May or PAX East. I'd go to Boston. I'm not a fan of the East Coast. B. Quinter for $5, but Boston's kind of old school, and I haven't been there since I was a kid, so I'd go to Boston. If I never set foot in New York City again, I'm fine. Never want to go to Baltimore. Don't want to go to Washington, D.C. anymore. There was a time I did. I'm not a fan of the East Coast. If watching Wicked got you laid, that's a W. We all know Twilight isn't doing shit, Shad. Hail FNT. That's the whole point of sitting through a fucking Madonna concert or a Twilight movie or a Wicked. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? The Maker's Den for $4.99. Chad. I will ruin Twilight. I think he meant Shad. How could, you cannot affix the term Chad to Shad as long as he likes Twilight, ever. How could Bella get pregnant? A vampire can't get an erection when they're bloodless. Hey, your thoughts? Yeah. Where's the science? Where's that book, The Science of Twilight? TJ Jordan for $5. Anyone else think that Yellowstone should just finish its main show with season 5 and do these prequels? Both 1883 and 1923 are far superior, in my opinion. They're not only superior in your opinion, TJ Jordan, they're superior in Taylor Sheridan's opinion. They are. They are ending it with season 5. And then it's gonna be called Madison after that, I think. And they're doing a spinoff with all the popular characters, but not Kevin Costner. Yeah, I like the prequels. They're shooting 1923, the next season of it. I think they're done, or they're still shooting it now. They did some shooting here in San Antonio. Can't wait for it to come out. First time ever catching you guys live, says the Maker's Den for $1.99. Cheers. Judah for $2. I thought filler episodes was an anime thing. No. Oh God, what was the Apocrypha? I just finished Apocrypha. X-Files season 3, episode 16 or 17. Krychek comes back, the black stuff in the eye. Fucking so good. Scully looking for, Scully's the investigation of Scully's sister being shut down by the FBI. Skinner gets shot. It's so fucking good. And they're in San Francisco and San Diego, but you can tell it's still Canada. Like they're all like Miramar Air Base. I'm like, where do those pine trees come from? Because there ain't no fucking pine trees at Miramar Air Base. I used to work across the street from Miramar Air Base. It is flat, and there's nothing but flatness and buildings. Some Top Gun dudes. Weasel for $10. Hi, Gary. Hi, Ken. Hi, I am Barbie Girl. I'm the Barbie world life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination. Life is your creation. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Simu Liu was perfectly cast for Barbie as a plastic person with no dick. Best casting ever in the history of Hollywood was Simu Liu playing a plastic dude with no dick. He didn't have to do anything. Just had to show up to work and sit to pee. Mohammed for $2.79. Hey, Gary, are you excited for Blandor season 2 Andor? No. I know some people are, but I'm actually not. I'm not excited for anything Star Wars. And that has not changed. You know what? That's not true. I'm excited for my video. I'm excited for my video. I'm excited for you to see it. Can't wait for you to see it. Other than that, I think Skeleton Crew's coming out, and I think a lot of the people who tried to most of the people who tried to deplatform us a few months ago are trying to get out ahead of something, and they're trying to create a story because they actually want people to criticize and go after the kids. They want that because they need to feel like they look good now. But I know for a fact, I can't speak for everybody, but I think I could speak for most people. Nobody's going to either give a shit about this show, and nobody's going to go after the kids. Other than some of the kid actors might not be very good, which I've said before. And that's, that's part of it. But, you don't blame the kid. They're kids. They're kids. But as far as like YouTubers being the danger, the true danger to those kids is where they're working. Hollywood, Lucasfilm. If I was the parent, I wouldn't let them out of my fucking sight anywhere in that fucking building. Anywhere in a town where it's okay to fill your kids full of chemicals to change their gender. No, I would never let my kids work in Hollywood. Over my dead body, they would work in Hollywood. If they were that age. Over my fucking dead body. I love them too much to let them go to Hollywood. But as far as YouTubers going after kids, they're not going to go after kids. You want that to happen, though. Oh, yeah. I forgot her name. Bitchface from the stupid Star Wars channel. What would they? Star Wars Explained. Yeah, because, I need Star Wars explained to me by her. She wants it to happen. She wants people to attack kids so she could come out and be the hero that she knows she can't be. Have they stopped bleeding subscribers? Maybe because she shut up. I don't know. Damn shame that happened. Life's full of choices. Clive Griffiths for £5 Penguin episode 3 was great, and but it was the Sophia show. I hope it's not a bait and switch because it's a great show called Penguin, and I'm loving it. I think they focused on her, but as far as I know, it goes right back to Penguin in episode 5, and it is a Penguin show. I kind of hope they don't kill her. I hope they keep her alive. Throw her back in Arkham. I think that'd be like fate worse than death. We'll see. Crazy Clown Town for $5. For my inner disbrew, I ship Sophia with Bruce. I ship Sophia with Disbrew. Mark my word, Alberto Falcone was the real Hangman. Well, yeah, well, I mean, that's what Penguin says in the Batman. He's all, you fucking rat. I forgot they mentioned Hush in the Batman. Yes, they mentioned Hush. Has anybody been watching The Old Man? Another great show that's doing well right now. I know Nerd Cookies has been, Batman Had a Parrot. Nerd Cookies has given it the highest praise, and I trust her. So I am going to check it out. Paul from Piers PC World's $9.99. Paul's from Piers listening. Jeremy promised he wouldn't swear, then immediately dropped a huge F-bomb. Loved it. Oh, what's up, Paul? Yeah, I did ask that once too. And this is after Paul said, don't hold back. Say whatever you want. I'm all, can I drop an F-bomb? He's all, maybe not that. I'm all, okay. But I held back on something, Paul, because the black guy, the black gay guy, I don't know his name, the one with the long nails, like to show him off the time I was on, said something about, you said you like Black Panther. Is that like saying you have a black friend? And man, I bit my tongue till it bled. And I should have said what I wanted to say, which was, I've been to prison. I'm blacker than you. Shut the fuck up. I think I just said something about, I read the Black Panther comics when I was a kid. The Black Panther that was created by 2 Jewish men. But you know what? I should have said it. I should have just said it. I don't give a fuck. Rambo Rao for $5. Now that Gary's being kicked out of Peru for crimes against alpacas, what nation is next for the intrepid explorers? We had some conversations about, well, we're going to the UK next year, but we have some conversations about Turkey. Go into Turkey. Noons for $17.99 Arab Emirate dollars. Says white dudes for Harris. I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are voting for me. Legend Donald Trump. He's so fucking funny. God, I hope we get 4 more years of this. I want him to start roasting other leaders. That's what I'm looking at. Like, start roasting other leaders. Like, oh, that fucking wet fart who's running the UK right now. That'll be funny. Gunner for 20 Norwegian krona. My favorite Agatha character is Mr. Shart. Hail to the panel. I hope all of you lovely people are having a great week. Love you all, and I hope all of you have a great weekend as well. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you, Carlos Lima. PC World, thank you for the $19.99 proper British pounds. Did you hear the latest development in Gina Carano case? We did, Jefferson Adams, and we talked about it on FNT. Eric, EK for $10. 24 straight scoreless innings for the Padres. Go Dodgers. Yeah, that was fucking embarrassing. But I mean, that's the thing about baseball. You just, bats go cold. They get hot, they get cold. I'm a Padres fan. I'm grateful they got to the NLDS. They could have gone to the World Series. They would have been more fun to watch than the boring ass Dodgers, but okay. We'll see which city. You know what you should do is you should round up all your fucking fentanyl zombies and have like a fentanyl zombie fight between New York and LA and see. That's how you really determine who the champion is of those 2 cities. Guinea pig back on the menu. Name the next Sauron. Griff Nizzle for $10. I know most of y'all think it's fine, but Penguin episode 4 does worry me a bit. I would not be surprised if this turns into another bait and switch. I'm hoping I'm wrong. You have every right to feel that way because they've done it many, many times. We'll see. That was certainly the impression I got when I saw the panel in San Diego, where the actress playing Sophia was like 15 feet away from me. Hot in real life too, by the way. Very hot. Very, very, very hot. But I'm glad it's not feeling that way. And according to the people I've seen talk about episode 5, they haven't said anything about that, but I'll see when I see it. Griff Nizzle for $10. I know most of y'all think it's, I read that one. Jeremy is on FNT. Great job, buddy. You made it for like an hour, but he made it. He did. The Book of Grudges for $4.99. Reading the Silmarillion via the silky smooth voice of Andy Serkis. The farther I get, the worse Rings of Power is in retrospect. That shit's going in the book. Yes. The Silmarillion, not the easiest read in the world. Probably best to have Andy Serkis read it to you. I forgot the other guy's name. He does a good job too. But the stories in there, once you get going, man, they're epic. They're metal. There's some crazy shit. Read The Fall of Gondolin. Woo. Like father, like son, the Bible read 3 6s brand on top of his head. Never heard, seen, then too late. Overkill seals your fate. I'm on a quest to see if you ever to hate every band from Jersey. This is Connor Malloy. Monster Magnet? That's not Monster Magnet. But Monster Magnet's from Jersey, right? Let me double check that. They are from Jersey. I fucking love Monster Magnet. Love that band. Space Lord. I know life's a bummer, baby, but this got precious little to do with me. Don't know, no. That's a fucking great song. I love Monster Magnet. They're from Jersey. No, I don't hate every band from Jersey. I just hate Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi, who happen to come from Jersey. Slick Pete Flash for £2 British. Jeremy Seinfeld. Jeremy Seinfeld was great on Piers Morgan. That's right. They thought they booked Jeremy from The Quartering. That's his Marcus. That's funny. Sebastian Howard for $5. Penguin episode 4 was hot garbage. Sophia had no relation to the deaths and wasn't crazy. Why are they doing electroshock that wasn't used in the 60s? Sebastian, that's where I actually liked it because that's where it became a Batman story again. No, they don't use shock therapy in our world, and that's why Batman should not be fully grounded. Gotham City is a caricature of a horrible American city. The problem is we live in parody world, and it's very hard to separate. No, they don't do shock therapy now as far as we know. You know what they do? They supply drugs to people for real to keep them high. It's just as bad. They don't arrest people who steal thousands of dollars out of a store. They just let them go. They don't even respond. They take Venezuelan gangs take over hotels. Cops do nothing. The cops could break that up in 10 minutes. You think a Venezuelan gang is going to compete with the biggest gang in that city, the cops? No, of course not. Cops could take care of that shit lickety split if they wanted to. Ain't nothing stopping them except them. Mahler, tell Jeremy how bad Interstellar is. I think we read that one. I ain't saying nothing. You just did, Johnny Tips, for $7.99. Chicken grease in my soul. That's how I roll. KFC, baby. It's my favorite. Oh, give me that bucket. I say, give me that bucket. I don't like KFC. I don't like eating chicken off the bone. It's not really KFC's fault. They're kind of the best. I've never had Popeyes in my life and never will. Sick FNT theme remix. Thanks, Perry, says B-Chain. Hail Perry. As is Wonky Eyebrow for $2. How dare Formula One be on during FNT? So rude. Hail. Yeah, fuck Formula One. That's like, they do that shit every weekend, right? Looks like the God of War show isn't going well. They just got rid of everything and are restarting a new writing team. Sorry, Mahler. Sorry, Mahler. I love it when you call me Big 50, but I'll settle for Girth 616. I'm looking forward to the meetup. We're coordinating on the FNT fan Discord that I manage with Horror, Amarada, and Gal. Let me know if you want a link to it. I didn't know that one existed. There's a Nerdrotic Discord. I think I don't know who runs it, but you're welcome there. Andy CR for $34.50 twice says Red Dead Redemption 1 is coming to Steam by the end of the month. Yes. Yeah, I remember mentioning on Real BBC, and they're like, it was always there. I'm like, I don't know. Somebody just, I think it was Mark the Cyborg. Somebody sent me like, hey, Red Dead on the 29th, and I am going to play it. So we'll do some Red Dead over the holidays. So I downloaded RDR2 in the meantime, Red Dead Redemption 2. My wife came and saw me play and asked, what's the game about? And I said, I'm a cowboy on a steel hard. Fuck off. Anyway, would you have Joey B. Tunes on the show? He recently reached 1 million subs on YouTube and would be a great guest for the show. He said he'll do Normal World at some point too. QBG can pull him in. iDots everywhere. Hail 199. Hail 199. Rolling the Wretched for $25. These are, oh my God. Anyway, you had a job, Joey B. Anyway, would you have Jody? No, I read that one. During the Brett Baer kept being told Kamala Harris to let her finish. I imagine this is the same Melissa has been shouting from the top of her lungs ever since she met Gary. I found a new way to beat the dead horse, and I'm really enjoying it. I saw 3/4 gay Garrett got lost in Peru at one point. This was the perfect opportunity to leave him behind and get yourself a real producer. I doubt that new producer would have tossed your salad as well, but sacrifices have to be made in this process. Well, there's a process, so we have to respect the process. Okay. We have to respect the process. The first trans clone trooper has made the news this week. The writer didn't want Sister to have a larger part, which is why he cut Sisters off. This comes as a Disney animator is going to trial for Loving Cheese Pizza. I saw that, but Disney isn't grooming at all. Yeah, nothing to see here. Just an exorbitant amount of Disney people getting caught for weird shit. Today's read, Proverbs 22:6. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn to Disney. Hail FAQ, fellowship, chat, mods, baby Thor, pizza time, Hawaiian pizza. Finish the fucking song already. So long, gay boys. Dan's working on it. Penguin episode 4 was so disappointing. Felt like a feminist bait and switch, or at least a detour that should have just been about 5 minutes. My wife just called it boring, and I have to agree. I hope they got out of their system and they go back to Oz. I liked that episode, but I understand how you feel. I do. And if this turns into a bait and switch, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be disappointed, but I wouldn't be surprised. Ryan Kinnell's gay subconscious for $15. Sucks that Jeremy just wants to be friends. It's looking like the only way I will ever get to screw him is to vote for Kamala. Miso Trash for $5. Why is it that green witches make up 13% of the Oz population but commit 50% of the crime? Oh, no. Here's a test of unconditional love. Lock your wife and your dog in your trunk of your car. Wait 2 hours, open the trunk, and guess who will be happy to see you? apply on my sunburnt lip. Ow. I can't laugh too hard. All right. That was a good one. As a working man, I've always hate seeing Hollywood people acting like their jobs are so hard. Sure, I haven't been working in a coal mine, going down, working on a coal mine, about to slip down, or a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give that keep me searching for the heart of gold. That being said, I'll take those long nights and possible odds, keeping my eye on the keyhole. As long as it's a keyhole, if it takes all to be just what I am, well, I'm gonna be a blue collar man. Wow, you went from Devo. Why am I blank his name now? I don't give a shit. Neil Young to Styx. That was pretty good. Gonna be a blue collar man. It's a good song. Yeah, you probably thought I was going to stop with Devo. Then I threw in Neil Young, and your favorite added Styx for good measure. I like Styx. I like early Styx before they got super poppy. That's how I roll, baby. I'm a wild card. Good night. Good night. All right, that wraps it up for Friday. Let's get to you guys. Where did I leave off with you guys? The Noons, Gary, welcome back from Peru. Read that one. B. Quinter has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you. Andrew McCarty for $4.99. Opening of new Superman. Lois is captured and tied, and Superman needs to save her. Imagine if they had balls to do that these days. That'd be great. I mean, I think it's possible for James Gunn to make a very good Superman movie. I think it's possible. And that's what I want. Will it happen? I don't know. I'm skeptical, but I hope I'm wrong as hell about that. I can't show it, but I saw the Daredevil trailer and it's really good. What you have to forget is how they completely fucked Daredevil and She-Hulk and Kingpin and Echo and Hawkeye. So you have to forget all that. But I'll admit that the trailer looked fucking dope. It looked good. It's got White Tiger. White Tiger's in it. And it's not his fucking daughter. It's the White Tiger. First appearance of the White Tiger. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, number 19. Double check me on that, chat, because I just pulled that out of my ass. It might be 20. Pretty sure it's 19. Or is it 16? It's one of the teens. Pretty sure it's 19. Maybe it's 16. I have all those magazines. I love the magazines, and I originally bought them just for the covers when I was a kid. And then I didn't realize, like, once you got in there, that like kids weren't supposed to buy those. And I was like a very young kid. And the guy at the Cornet newsstand in Oceanside didn't give a shit. He was getting money. It's freaking Monday, you boomer. But when I do square ups, which I don't do because we usually get to all the super chats. I'll explain that in a second, why we do that. Is because it's for Friday Night Tights. So that's why I do it for a square. Plus, like you guys are in it. That's why I like that one. I just play it. It doesn't have to be Friday. It could be Friday mentally. What we do now, because of the Rumble situation, and in being fair to you guys, is I can't keep reading YouTube soups on a bonus hour for Rumble. I also feel an obligation to Rumble to give them something different for the bonus hour. So the compromise we came, because I thought about this for months. The compromise we came up with is we cut off the super chats. Campy used to do it at a certain time to make it readable, to make sure we get them all done on YouTube. Then we go to bonus hour. And we'll read rants on bonus hour, the Rumble stuff, but I don't think it's fair to YouTube, to the people who watch on YouTube, to see their super chats read on the bonus hour. I don't think it's fair to Rumble to just read super chats on the bonus Rumble, although I think it's very entertaining. So I think we should give them some news. So I thought the compromise would be, hey, let's just cut it off to where we can have a manageable amount, to where we can read them all for the show, so everybody gets their money's worth. And it's worked so far. That's what we've done. It's maybe it changes, maybe it doesn't work, maybe some people hate it, and I'm sorry, but that's like the best compromise I could think of, being fair to absolutely everybody. So I like to be fair. I think fairness is good. You don't have a right to fairness, though. We don't have a right to fairness. Life isn't fair. Life becomes much easier when you realize it ain't fair. SoFi. Oh, it's Sophie. Sophie. Why do I keep saying Sophie? Sophie. Hi, Sophie. I mentioned you earlier. Glad, good to see you made it home safely, Hale. I made it home safely. I still have my, we got this. Yeah, that's where we wore the hat and everything. Yeah. How you doing, Sophie? You good? I hope you're good. It was great hanging with you. Nice shirt, Gary. I got the same one. Oh, I read that one already. Read that one already. Scrolling down. That's hypnotic. Give hypnotic a sub. Very good live streamer. Very, very good live streamer. Anybody can live stream, but not anybody can be good at it. But anybody, you could have to practice, but Hypnotic is got the stuff. He's got the stuff. Welcome back, Gary. I'm laser focused on my local city council election. Yes, one is a do little to nothing incumbent, and another wanting the status quo. Both are lesser evils, but their alternate seems to be very Bay Area woke. Yeah, fucking don't let Bay Area woke in. Better to have a complacent asshole than Bay Area woke. And if you don't find a better opportunity, then run. Yes, you run. Nothing can stop you. We cannot sit in our hands, and we cannot afford to, somebody else will take care of that problem. Honestly, we are not in the position where Trump will save us from everything. He will not. He will not. He does not have enough time. He does not have enough friends. He has more, I think, trustable friends this time around than he did last time around. But he is still going to the swamp where they will all want to take him out. And even some of his friends will betray him because the money will be too fucking good. This is a long fight. It will not be won in our lifetimes, but it's worth fighting. Vote. And it starts local. Man, steal a page right out of their book and infiltrate every facet of your town, institution with common sense. Hail, Gary, Jeremy. I read that one already. Sorry. Let's get to do. In Japan, when COVID hit, by the way, this is Sam Wallace art. Thank you, Sam Wallace, for $20. In Japan, when COVID hit, we knew months before CDC did a prep or precaution. Then 3 months too late, they 180'd from COVID isn't real to obey or else. Government killed many, but the CDC protected nobody. Just LARPed being sheriff. Exactly. We knew it was coming because Melissa talked to a couple of people she knew in city government in San Francisco. So we knew it was coming. I even mentioned it on a live stream. And I think a lot of you guys suspected, but like it was before the NBA. Remember when the NBA shut that? That's when shit got real, right? But it was a couple weeks before I said, yeah, my wife talked to somebody and said they might shut things down. Isn't that weird? And I said at the time, all right, I'll be a good citizen. I'll chill out for 2 weeks. Now, I knew it was going to be longer than 2 weeks. I knew the minute they started pushing this, I'm like, oh, I know what's going on. And I think a lot of you did too. Like, they're really fucking doing this. They're really doing this. And they did it. Bishop Brown for $10. Gary, when it comes time to film your bio movie, oh God, Hollywood would never touch it. Who do you want playing? Which director do you want? And why is Kathleen Kennedy the best choice to produce it? Well, it's a tragic tale. Bishop Brown. I'd have to give that some thought. I don't know. Like young me? Well, obviously, the most handsome actor you can find. No, I don't know. Who'd be the best person to direct it? Oh, I'm blanking on his name. Hang on. Director of Boogie Nights. Paul Thomas Anderson, probably. Or Todd Phillips. I'm only half joking there. I read that one. I'm sorry about your aunt. Flying out for the meetup. It's Midgar Ninja. What's up, brother? Flying out for the meetup on Wednesday. Haven't been on a plane in close to 10 years. Going to be my first time in Texas. Well, enjoy the flight. Watch Lord of the Rings. That's usually what I do. I was lucky enough to see the Misfits last show in Detroit at the Greystone in 1983 with the Necros and the Meatmen opening. Oh, that's a good show. Back in it. Man, that must have been fucking fire. Can we get X-Ray Girl as a new Ghost Rider and she either pulls or rides in a rickshaw? That would be kind of funny. And I wouldn't put it past Marvel to do that. Captain RB for $5. My daughter was born and spent 6 weeks in the NICU in 2020. Me and my wife never got to see her together. I'll hate them for the rest of my life. Yep. 6 weeks, by the way. Sorry. Oh, that's brutal. Johnny 5 for £2 British. I'm 40 in November next year. What should I expect? The midlife crisis? Thinking about your mortality? Sudden urge to buy a sports car? Maybe you'll spend too much on TikTok and become a leftist. I'm not sure. They're not fun. They're not fun. But you get over them and you come out stronger. Don't let it break you. But it's just thinking about mortality. Really. And like, what's the meaning of it all? Stuff. Then you get out of it and you go, oh, it's the same meaning it was. You're on this planet for a short amount of time. Have as much fun. You got to get some work done. You got to accomplish something. Your life has to have meaning, and you also have to have fun. But life has to have meaning. That's the most important thing. And it doesn't have to be some grand thing. Your meaning could be, I just want to provide for my family, or I just want to, do the best job at do the best I can at the job I have. That's all I did. I was perfectly fine before the comic store. I was perfectly fine. Like, if I do auto parts the rest of my life, I was like set to do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll run I'll run a department someday, or, but I just kind of like selling auto parts, and I was taking things as they came. Didn't even have any major goals. I was just like, holy shit, I got a job and a skill now. I'm really thankful for this. I'm just going to enjoy it. And then, some other stuff popped up and I'm like, fuck it, I'll try it. It wasn't like I have this goal and I'm going to achieve it. It was like stuff popped up and all, fuck it, I'll try it. But it's good to have goals. Better the hole than in your hole. The more you know. Brought to you by Gary. That's right. Better the hole than in your hole. Damn straight. Words to live and die by. Okay. I'm here to help. Gary, I'm 60. Been fighting the unjust system since I was 25. The culture war is just another twist in an ongoing corrupt system. I'm one of those that's tired of it all. Not quite given up, but I'm close to admit it. Mr. E Mixer for 20 euros. That's why you got to like mix in the fun. And I mean, I can't tell you how to live your life. When I compartmentalize what I get upset about. I choose my battles. I choose my battles because, like, listen, I don't like taxes, but they're part of life. I have to pay them. They're a reality. I think taxation is theft, but I still try very hard to pay as little as I possibly can. And I go through the effort. I think you just choose your battles and find winnable ones and realize that the culture war in some form or another will never end. Will never end. We are what we do in life is we suffer the repercussions of a president and his actions, usually 2 decades, a decade afterwards. So this is all Obama shit. We're still dealing with Obama shit. Obama got in the office because we were still dealing with Daddy Bush's shit and Bush Jr.'s shit. Oh, and Clinton caused a lot of shit too. I know he was very he only got in office twice with less than half the vote. But when he was in there, people were kind of fine with it. They knew he was like at the time, we knew he was a dirty piece of shit, but not quite as bad as we found out later. But like during his presidency, aside from some pretty unjust warlike shit, economy was pretty good. The 90s were pretty good. I mean, there's Janet Reno. That's a bit of a problem. That fucking cunt. Murderous cunt should have been fucked. She should be imprisoned for what she did and what she's responsible for. She was a monster. But oh yay, women, gay women. A gay woman was the most like fuck J. Edgar Hoover. Janet Reno was the most evil fucking thing to occupy. That she was a fucking demon. Fucking demon. Yeah, but women would rule differently. Yeah, they'd like burn kids alive and start targeting their own countrymen. Yeah, way to go. Constrained anarchism. Anachronism. Humor me. Look up Chuck Dixon's art on Tom Merlin from Wheel of Time and see the show version. Do you see a common Amazon theme between him and Tom Bombadil? Chuck Dixon's art of Tom Merlin. Like Merlin? Chuck Dixon drew it? I don't know. I can't see it. I don't know Wheel of Time. Sorry. Can't wait to see you in San Antonio, Paco Jones Steak. Can't wait to see you there. I'll see you in a couple days. Are the FNT varsity jackets still available? And can you send one to the UK? Also, that guinea pig looked like KFC. It did. I don't know. I don't think so. But you could, Rob, send an email to Mrs. Nerdrotic. Send it to Gary@nerdrotic.com. Now, pretty soon, everybody's going to have their own emails. We got to get that linked up. But for the time being, send email to Gary@nerdrotic.com and ask Mrs. Nerdrotic. She would have an answer for you. I know they're being shipped. The Grizzly for $10. We're slowly winning the culture war now that the left is trying to astroturf the concept of don't make everything political, as if they came up with the concept first. I know. It's so funny. It is so fucking funny. Gary, remember when Morbius was coming out and you actually thought it looked good? No, I actually thought the trailer looked good. You're right. LOL. Did you see the memes coming or something? I know. I have to know. No, I watched the trailer and I'm like, that looks kind of earnest. And I like Morbius as a character and I like Matt Smith. So maybe it'll be like Venom 1, Smooth Jam California. But I remember that. It's like, maybe it'll be like the first Venom. And then I saw it and I'm like, oh no, that was shit. That was shit. Drunk 3PO Jay. What's up, Jay? Hang on. This is almost applicable again. Welcome home. See you soon. Thanks, Jay. I mean, this almost fits now. We're close enough to the holidays. Thanks, Jay. Anything you want to say to the fine people? No? No? See you at the meetup? Okay. Thanks. Thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. Hail, Drunk 3PO. 100,000. He's got a cute little. I can't wait to show him what a real one looks like when he gets here. Oh, that's right. I got to buy the extras for my peeps. I got to do that today. Crit Nature for 5 somethings. Hey, Gary, are you going to share some pictures and talk about Peru trip on the next FF? I don't have social media, so I don't see any pictures yet. Well, we have tons that we need to kind of put in one place, and then but next show we'll go through them. But we're also going to be talking about Ancient Apocalypse next show. That's the next show will be the complete season of Ancient Apocalypse. Old Curdy Bastard for $4.99. I am 30 days sober today. Congratulations. You are one of my inspirations. Cheers. Thanks for the content and reminding the same people we're not alone. Yeah, go hit a meeting. 90 in 90 days. It'll only save your life. That's all it'll do. And you get to meet some cool people. Here's some good stories. You might hear your story. John Connor, just a suggestion, by the way. I'm not the boss of you, but 90 meetings in 90 days. It's really good. Helps you get your network going and your support group, and helps you with the fellowship. So with Skeleton Crew, they're basically slapping on Disney fans with one hand and holding a child in the other. Shake my damn head. All the best, Gary. Yeah, that's what they're like. I just want to get this out there. Any YouTubers who go after the children. By the way, none of these motherfuckers saying that have children. Just want to point that one out. Number 2, I wouldn't let anybody's children or my children when they were children near any of these motherfuckers talking about saving the children from bad YouTubers. Fuck off. Hey, boss. Hope vacation was great. Got any Halloween fun watch? I also, I usually go Van Helsing. I'll watch Van Helsing. I mean, it's not great. Okay, so I've got the 4K Universal Monsters set. I'll watch that. I just watched Blade. And something will come to mind. Yes, I do like Halloween viewing. I do lots of Halloween viewing. But the Universal Monsters set is kind of my go-to. That if you want to go to, that's it. They have a 4K set of I'm going off the top of my head. Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Invisible Man, something like that. I think there might be another movie and a couple movies in there too. And Abbott Costello meet Frankenstein. Solomon Kane too. I love that movie. Place your bets. Who will Disney ruin first, Kyle Katarn or Darth Revan? Yes. At the same time. Hey, Gary, my wife and I are visiting San Antonio next week. Any recommendations? Keep up the great work. Hail. Well, I mean, our meetup on Wednesday. So if you were, that's today. Yeah, our meetup. Other than that, I am probably the worst person to ask because I don't get out very much. People will go Riverwalk, go see the Alamo, but we have some caverns here. Go check those out. Those are really cool. We have some caverns and some caves. I would check that shit out. I would say check out the Riverwalk. I've never been there myself. I walked by the Alamo once though. I did. But you're coming at a good time. It's like 80 degrees. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, maybe ask Comics or Steph, my nerdy home. Lived here a little longer than I have and actually go outside more. And when I go outside, it's usually to another country or state. Oh, Toy Hunters and Heroes and Fantasies. So Toy Hunters is a great toy shop. Heroes and Fantasies is a huge comic book store. It's fantastic. I go there a lot. Go check that out. When Trump was at McDonald's, he asked the Secret Service, they have a Trump store a few blocks down. Can we go to the Trump store, please? I want to go to the Trump store. Like a begging kid. So funny. Accidental seller for 100. They have a Trump store in LAX. Did you see that video? That's insane. That tells you something's changed. Favorite Trump tweet. Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old when I would never call him short and fat? Oh, well, I try so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen. Overlord Newsom's Fent zombies will win. Let's go LA. Yeah, I kind of think, I don't know, man. Who do you have, chat? New York City fentanyl zombies or LA fentanyl zombies? Who has the edge? Okay, so the New York fentanyl zombies have to deal with weather, so maybe they're a little tougher, or maybe they're dead. The LA fentanyl zombies, while they have a little better weather, it's a little hotter. The heat index in LA is much higher than in New York. Also, New York likes to think they're the rough and toughest, but I would say LA has taken, I'd say LA's tougher. LA's nasty. Yes, LA's got Beverly Hills and Californians, but like, dude, Skid Row, fucking East LA. There's parts of LA's rough, dude. Compton in the old days, like LA's for real. Like there is some battling going on there. So yeah, I gotta give the edge to LA. But maybe it's just the East Coast, West Coast thing. But it's not rap, it's fentanyl zombies. That's a mystery that I want to get to the bottom of, to be honest with you. Started collecting comics starting with Star Slayer Shadow of the Bat Run. Here's Heroes for Hire 90s run. I remember that. What would you recommend that came out those times? I'm interested in Danger Girl and Thunderbolts. So you 90s style. Okay, Midnight Suns. There was a mini series. There was Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. Highly recommend that. Daredevil in the 90s was pretty good as well. So you want to go like not the basic bitch. Let's go with Peter David Hulk. If you want to go over to Image, The Max was fun. I like that one quite a bit. More 90s stuff. Trying to think. What were my tops from the 90s that weren't like just seminal titles? Deathlock was around back then. Love Deathlock. I know I'm forgetting. Oh, Ghost. I liked Ghost comic. I thought that was pretty good. Good art. Albert, not a retro for 2 Canadian pesos. Welcome home. Hope the trip was good. It was good. It was good. I've got a 3rd-degree burn on my bottom lip, but other than that, I'm fine. Thank you, Big Raj, for the Canadian super sticker. Have you seen Straight Outta Latveria, an FNT invite? Have I seen? No, I've seen Straight Outta Compton. That was a good movie. Anakmamon, reviews and rants for $5. After watching season 3 of DS9, I had one thought: the 2024 Bell riots were actually going to are actually going to happen. It was an almost 1-1 representation of 2024 San Francisco. You're absolutely right. Oh man, DS9. Hey Gary, welcome back. My nana passed. Funeral on the 5th November. Oh, glad she got to see me beat cancer. Oh, gold nuggets. I'm sorry about your nana. Rest in peace. At least she knows you're going to be okay. Hi, Gary. Still writing my story. Hope you had a great time in Peru. I did. Curious, what are you? Curious where you are at with One Piece. Appreciate everything you continue to do. Thank you, and have a blessed day. I'm going to get back on One Piece when we get past, I think mid-November is kind of like I'm on a holiday roll, and I'm gonna do myself by saying that it doesn't seem like we have too much to cover. I mean, we have stuff to cover, but I could be wrong about that. I could be dead wrong. So I'm hoping to get some gaming streams in and catch up on my anime. I will be in Wisconsin. Drinker just announced he's going to be at Grand Rapids Comic Con. He's going to have a panel. I'm in talks to have a panel with them. I might be with Drinker on one. Not really sure, but I will be there walking around and shopping. That's a fact. I will be there. I'm actually going to be there with my kid, who's an adult now. So I'm fine with, like, I'll be there with my kid because I want to introduce my kid to Will. And yeah. So I will be there. Grand Rapids Comic-Con, mid-November. Well, let's get past the meetup first. Wonder if Jeremy's here yet. He'd walk in if he was. I've had my breakfast staring at me. Oh, hang on. Sip of coffee for the working man. Excuse me. Okay, hey Gary, welcome back. Hope you had fun. Not sure if you would be interested, but I put out a video where I've discussed, learn, and perform the rooftop guitar solo from The Crow. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. The Crow. Yes, of course, The Crow. That's a Halloween movie too. The Crow. It's a Devil's Night movie. How can I forget The Crow? Jesus. Constrained acronym for these are two here. It's their costumes. Both Toms were colorful. Oh, yes. Both were made dull and colorless for the shows. I got you. Okay, yes. Muting colors is a thing. Actually, you know who muted colors the most was Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, that dark and horrible world, is very colorful, very bright, very colorful in the books. I mean, like Peter Jackson did that too. He did that too, but it fucking works. Dude, you've got to here. I got to show you guys. Hang on. You got to see this. I can't get my Gandalf right now, but I'll show you this. In art, Aragorn. You gotta see this. Don't fall. You bastard. So they don't, these are 1/6 scale. These are high-end rooted hair. I ordered them. I think I was in San Diego when I ordered them on a real BBC with Az. He dropped his bow. Hang on. All right. So they don't have stands like normal. They're magnetized on the base. So it kind of holds up, but I still have to be careful. That is in art Aragorn, and the Gandalf is like 50 times. It's so much better than the other one, but it looks fucking dope. The only problem is they rushed this one out of the factory. So if, dude, these are statue figures, but that's the only problem. His head comes right off. It's not, it's supposed to be magnetized in there, and it's not. So, with as much as you pay for these things, you have a right to complain about it. Like I'm not, because his head stays on, so I don't give a shit. But yeah, that's Aragorn. He's going to fall over, and they are not cheap. But yeah, these bases are magnetized. Ooh, what's this? I can open the bottom. You can even, there might be something in there. I haven't even looked. But yeah, you can. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, where was I? Gary, where do I send a couple of memes? Send me just Gary at nerdrotic.com. What's up, Sindek? What's up, baby? How you doing? How's George? How's George over there? Chuck, Zachary Levi, and Adam Baldwin have aged well. Yes, because they're normal. They don't look like they're filled with estrogen. Do they? Straight Out of Latveria is a channel, and it's hilarious. I will check it out. What are some of your favorite Joker stories from the comic books, aside from the obvious ones? I have a book. Hang on. I'd like to show you. It's an old school book. It's in my office. It has bound in purple leather. This is some of them that I read these back. I got this back in the 90s. It came out right after Dark Knight leather edition. Stack Deck. The greatest Joker stories ever told. And again, it's purple leather. Read the shit out of this. It's just good stuff. I'm blanking on it. Why am I blanking on the name of this? Sorry, Chuck Dixon. I have bad memory. I've read this thing a million times and I'm forgetting the Joker Devil's Advocate. That's what I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Check that out. Ever listen to Phil Dragash's Lord of the Rings audiobooks? Dragash's fan made. I have not. Fan made production from a few years ago. Music sounds perfect. Not making out with in-laws. Perfect. Oh, that's good. I have not. I did get the Mind's Eye on cassette tape. I'm starting to collect some cassette tapes now. and on disc, Mind's Eye Hobbit, that come in like wood cases. I just realized, like, I used to have those and they're gone. Now, you know what's going to happen is I'm going to go to my fucking storage in San Francisco, which is still there. We're getting it in January. We're actually going to make a video. Me and Garrett are going to go to San Francisco and walk downtown San Francisco, and I'm going to point out where things used to be and how shitty things are. But I digress. I need to go back there because I still have shit there, and I bet you they're there. So I'm buying stuff that I already have that I haven't seen in now 5 or 6 years. There's comics I haven't seen in 10 that I know I have. I just don't know where they are. Hey, Dad, what was 2024 like? The Undertaker did a podcast with presidential candidate Donald Trump. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. So who's my favorite wrestler of all time? It's Roddy Piper. Who's my second favorite? The Undertaker. The Undertaker was big when I was in prison. So I was like, I was stuck in prison. So I watched a lot of fucking wrestling. And yeah, Undertaker's number 2. Roddy Piper, number 1 forever in my heart. That's awesome. That was fucking awesome. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap it up for now. We still got some more to do, so I'm gonna have to do another one within a week. I thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining. I thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting. It's gonna be a crazy week. I've got a video coming out. I got to make another video. But I think today I'm gonna hang out with Jeremy because he's in my hometown. As a matter of fact, somebody's here. I can hear him. So I think they're here. So long, gay boys. Yes. So long. I might have that. Hang on. Somewhere. But yeah, thanks. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat donation. Halloween special Friday Night Tights. I've got my costume right here. I'm not going to show you what it is though. You'll have to find out when the show starts. It's gonna be like last year. We're gonna lots of representation going on. There's gonna be lots of representation with our Friday Night Tights. But thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Rumble. Thanks, YouTube. See you on the flip side.
So long, gay boy.